G'day. If you're a beginner using Davinci Resolve on a Mac, then no doubt you've noticed that an image that looks like this in Resolve looks like this in YouTube. And the reason it's happening is because of color and gamma encoding. And while there's lots of videos out there explaining them, I just spent a week chasing my tail trying out all these solutions and none of them worked. Fortunately, thanks to ChatGPT, my new BFF, and a little lateral thinking, I've managed to work out what's going on, and the solution is pretty darn simple. Okay, first, before you color grade, or do anything else for that matter, go to Davinci Resolve Preferences. Yep, go to General. And this setting here, use Mac Display Color Profile for viewers. Click that. Some solutions online will tell you to click this one as well, but don't do that if you're a beginner. Just leave that alone. Click Save. You'll get this message, changes will take effect the next time Resolve is started, but you click it and things change. Then go to Project Settings, Color Management, and here, Color Science. Make sure you're set to Davinci YRGB. Some of the solutions online don't work because they're actually dealing with this one. But if you stick to this, you'll be right. For timeline color space, grab that and scroll down to Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. Click on that. And for output color space, do the same thing. There's plenty of information online about why you should use this color space, and fundamentally it's about compatibility with other media systems. Just not YouTube, QuickTime, iMovie, however. But this is at the root of the issue. So you click Save. Now go over to your media, grab something, stick it in the timeline so you've got something. Then the master media field thingy, scroll down the bottom where you've got your timeline, right click, timeline settings, and go over to color. And just make sure you've got use project settings ticked, and just make sure that these two settings here match what you've just done in your project settings. And okay on that. You're now free to edit and grade as you like, so go ahead and do whatever you want. When it's time to render the file, go to Deliver, choose your file type. I choose 8.264. Some people say use 8.265 because it renders a smaller file, but other people say it can mess with your colors, so I really don't want that. So I go to 8.264. Title your file whatever you want. Master settings 1. Then here in quality, click on restrict and then sort of double your frame rate. So I'm using 25 frames a second because I'm in a PAL region. 2 times 25 is 50, so 50,000 kilobytes a second. Down here in advanced settings, click on video. Now I'm pretty sure that both of these settings make no difference to solving this problem, but when I succeeded in working this out, this is how I had things set, so I'm just going to stick with it. And then the super important thing is you've got to make sure that color space tag is set to Rec 709, and then your gamma tag is set to same as project. And then you're good to go. So you can add the file to the queue and then render it. So now you have a master file that appears the way it appears in Resolve on your screen. The problem is that when you upload that to YouTube, that's going to be washed out. So here's the part where you gain your freedom. Now go to File, Save Project As. And then just add some kind of tag to this. So I usually add a hyphen, YT, something like that. Save it. And you're now in a new project. Then go to Project Settings. color management again, and change the output color space from Rec 709 Gamma 2.4 to Rec 709-A. Click Save, and you'll notice that your image has changed to that washed out YouTube look that you really don't want. This is the part where other solutions trip me up. Many of them say to do exactly as I've told you so far, but there's an extra step you need to take if you want to solve the issue. Go to the color page, and whatever your gamma is set on after your grade, grab that and dial it back by 500ths. So I'm at 0, so I'm going to go down to minus 0.05. There it is. And you'll notice that your image has gone back to the way it was before you change the output color space. It will now look just like it did after you finish grading. Apply that grade to the rest of your clips. And that's pretty much it. Now when you're ready to render, go back to the deliver page. Just make sure that these settings are all the same, especially these ones here. Then render your file. And I better change that. Master 1 YT. And render it. You can now upload this file to YouTube, and it's going to look just like the file does in Resolve. And that's it. This works. One thing you'll notice is that QuickTime will play this Y2 labeled file just fine. So that means you can, from now on, using these settings, you can use QuickTime as a proxy for YouTube. And so you don't need to upload your video to YouTube in order to go through all the rigmarole of doing that in order to see what it's going to look like. Unfortunately, now it's VLC that's going to look messed up on your computer. So you kind of got a choice. It's either QuickTime in YouTube or VLC. I like VLC. I've been using it for years, but maybe it's just time to move on. We all might want to ask why things had to be this way in the first place, and I certainly am asking that. Would you think that with the amount of video going on, the amount of people doing content creation, that it'd be a priority for Apple and for Davinci Resolve to not have things this way? But I guess somewhere someone thinks that this is not a problem. So if you're interested in semiotics, myth, urban history, that kind of thing, head to my other channel called Signocism, where I publish, or will publish eventually, films I'm making about that kind of thing. Subscribe if you like. Otherwise, there'll be more on this channel, Signocism-tek, as the bus careens on down the hill over the cliff. And see you then.